Hey, you! Before you watch this, pause the video and subscribe to Semi-Pro right now. What's up, everybody? Scott from Semi-Pro here, and before we get into this, let's get one thing straight. I hate the Dallas Cowboys. I am a huge Eagles fan, and Dallas is by far my least favorite team in sports. But that said, I am a guy who you can always trust to be objective and honest, and I will not put any bias whatsoever into this video. You have my word. So starting right now, I have no feelings in any direction towards the Cowboys. Alright, now that that is out of the way, this team has a loaded roster, top 5 in the league in my opinion. They mightily upgraded at the skill positions, have a great offensive line, and an improved defense on paper. That said, this isn't the first time in recent years we have been able to say that about this team. But every other time they have just fallen short of expectations. We might be able to mainly pin that on Jason Garrett, who was fired in a long overdue move. Mike McCarthy is in, and now this team is out of excuses. The talent is there, you have a new hand-picked coach, a franchise QB, a stellar O-line, every ingredient you need. In my opinion, this is a do-or-die year for Dallas. If they can't make it clear that they are legit Super Bowl contenders, and by make it clear I mean at least get a playoff win, preferably more, it might be time to re-examine the current situation. They have had chances, and this year everything seems to be lining up. It's not Super Bowl or bust by any means, but it is compete or bust. 8-8 needs to be out of the question. The quarterback is the most important position on a football team. You can debate that all you want, but at the end of the day, the train starts and ends with the quarterback. Dak Prescott is a more than formidable guy who, if he is playing at the top of his game, is capable of leading a Super Bowl team. I don't think he's any kind of elite talent, but he is good at running an offense and can put up huge plays and numbers through the air. The contract situation is looming, and I think it is best for the team if he doesn't get it done before this season. That way, 2020 is a prove-it year for him, and we are likely to see one of his best years. Regardless, Dak has proven his worth, and quarterback isn't really a position on this team Cowboy fans need to worry about. And even if he goes down, Andy Dalton should be a more than formidable backup. At running back, Zeke and Tony Pollard will be running things. I expect Pollard to see a much bigger slice of the pie this season, as historically that is how McCarthy runs things. This is good for Zeke. His numbers may dip, but he doesn't have to be so overworked and can just take advantage of the opportunities he does get. Pollard is maybe the Cowboys' only successful draft pick from 2019 so far, and proved to be a really solid back last season. The running game should have no issues as long as these guys stay healthy. They will be behind a monster O-line. The normal big boys Tyron Smith, Connor Williams, Zach Martin, and Lyle Collins will all be back, but Travis Frederick is gone, and that hole will likely be filled by Joe Looney, though that is really up in the air. Again, this is an area that if healthy, Cowboy fans should have no worries about whatsoever. The pass catchers on this team are top notch and maybe the best group in the league. Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup, and CeeDee Lamb, all of which could be legit number ones, will likely all serve that role for the time being. One will have to emerge as the go-to eventually, but all of these guys will see plenty of balls and be mightily effective. Again, no excuses for this team whatsoever. They have top-notch receivers for Dak to work with. You could not ask for a better group. Combined with that running game and O-line, this offense will be a force to be reckoned with if Mike McCarthy and Kellen Moore's system clicks. This group of potent pass catchers will be joined by Blake Jarwin, presumably the new number 1 tight end, and Dalton Schultz, who has been a good blocker but hasn't quite panned out the way I thought he would coming into the league. He is by no means done though. This offense will be led by Kellen Moore and Mike McCarthy. I am not a big fan of the McCarthy hire, to be quite honest. I thought his system of back shoulder fades was getting old and stale in Green Bay. Hopefully for this team though, he will open things up with this new crew of pass catchers, but I am cautious about this offense right now, just because I don't know what the system is going to be. It will do a lot in terms of dictating their success, but on paper, this is an elite group. On the defensive side of the ball, things aren't quite as bright, but they did make some improvements. They lost Byron Jones, which will be a hit, but overall this defense is formidable, at least on paper. Vander Esch and Alden Smith make for a really good linebacking core. Both are guys who you can really trust. Sean Lee, however, while he's good when on the field, kinda struggles to stay healthy and will likely be asked to fill the Sam role when the Cowboys want to rock with 3 linebackers. The Cowboys loved to drop linebackers in coverage last season, and both Smith and Vander Esch can do so. They will play coverage along with, in my opinion, the shakiest group on the team. They did invest some draft capital in the position, so we will see how they perform, but rookie corners often take time to develop, and they will likely be seeing a good amount of time from day one. They really lack that number 1 lockdown, and it is going to be a big problem. Luckily, they do play in a division without a dominant wide receiver, so they may catch a break there. The depth chart is not quite sorted out here yet. Trevon Diggs, Chidobe Awuzie, and Anthony Brown are the likely starters, but nothing is set in stone. This is a position Dallas should seriously consider further addressing before the season, and could cost them if the young guys don't perform. The safety position is also a bit shaky. There are rumors of them trading for Jamal Adams, but at this point, that is still a long shot for this season. HaHa Clinton-Dix, a new addition, will be solid, but that second guy is up in the air, though there are rumors of Chidobe Awuzie maybe moving to that position. It will be interesting to see who ends up claiming that second safety spot. And last but not least, the pass rushers. Dallas actually has a really good group here already in DeMarcus Lawrence, Tyrone Crawford, and Bradley Anae, but they also have 2 other guys who are kind of wild cards right now. Alden Smith and Randy Gregory both should be on the field this season, and we will see if they can stay out of trouble and stick to their brand of football. If they can do so, this defensive line is really legit. Like I said, this team is out of excuses. This is a Super Bowl caliber roster, and they need to show signs of being a legit contender. It's a prove-it year for Dak, and a whole lot is on the line here. Being average is not acceptable with a team like this. On paper, it looks really good, and we will see how it meshes with McCarthy at the helm. I have this team in the 12 to 13 win range as long as everything meshes well, but at the same time, we have seen them perform much worse with equally good rosters. This team is a question mark right now in my opinion, but they have all the pieces to be elite. If you have made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. This really does mean a lot to us. With everything going on in the world right now, it's nice to have a little bit of an escape. And on behalf of everybody at Semi-Pro, our hearts go out to George Floyd and his family throughout this whole situation. I hope that this can spark some real change in our country. But anyways, thank you again for watching, and if you liked this video, subscribe to the channel. There is more where this came from. We post dope sports content every single day. Have a blessed rest of your day, and stay safe for real.